What a great way to start a video. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, and welcome back to my channel. Funny enough, that was going to be a little bit of the topic of this video. I noticed a lot of my stuff, I've been really back and forth on what is the point of this channel? What is the point? I've been all over the place. My random reviews, some stuff I was trying to make funny, some stuff is clearly very serious. I don't really know what the point of this channel is. I really don't. Mostly this is kind of like a video podcast for me. That's kind of the best way I can put it. I, like most people probably, listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, and I love it. For the most part, I love most of his guests. I pick and choose my guests that I listen to. I don't just listen to them straight through. I go around and kind of pick and choose. And a lot of them, I've been just going straight through lately and picking Duncan Trussell. I freaking love that guy. That guy cracks me up. And then recently I stumbled across, I know Joe had mentioned him plenty of times, but he finally got to do Graham Hancock, and I know Graham Hancock's been on plenty of times since then. And I'm gonna cut this out. Damn it. Graham Hancock. Okay, thank God I said it correctly. I thought there for a minute that I didn't even say his name right. Sorry. A little bit of a skip while I made sure on my phone I wasn't being a complete idiot. Anyways, these two guys especially, they have very kind of, Graham, I really am going to try to do my best to pick up his books, and I went back to like the first time Joe interviewed him, and then I'm working my way up to the most recent, and I know Graham has been on there numerous times, but I definitely want to go back and pick up his books, like his Fingerprints of the Gods, and that's like his non-fiction novel, and then his fiction novels, the War God and Entangled, sound incredible too. Like, just incredibly, especially War God. I love the way he talked about how he came up with that. It's a work of fiction, yet it draws on very, very real things, and I think that's incredible. I really try to find a lot of inspiration and stuff, and that he's sounding very inspirational to me. I also love his ideas on, allowing people to open their consciousness up. Him and Joe talk about psychedelics and other kinds of drugs and whatever, and how we've been fear-mongered into thinking that all drugs are bad, period. Well, Graham kind of put it best, is he said that, someone who doesn't do drugs saying all drugs are bad is like someone who is celibate saying sex is bad. They have no grounds to base it on. They don't know. So how dare they pass judgment on someone else who's doing the opposite of what they do? And I agree 100% with him that just, if you're an adult and you choose to do something silly, like they mostly just talk about psychedelics, mushrooms, DMT, ayahuasca, marijuana. But especially like DMT, we produce it in our own brain, your pineal gland and your third eye. Ayahuasca allows you, I haven't done any research on this, I'm just going to kind of spitball, but you basically have to mix two vines and then basically make a tea out of it, is how I understand it. And then when you drink it, it allows your body to orally ingest the DMT and allows that to free flow, which is a psychedelic, trip. Or you can smoke DMT, as best I understand it. I don't know. And either way, these are things that open up your consciousness. That's kind of what Joe and Duncan Trussell and Graham Hancock talk about. I just think that I like their thought, though, on it. Those are the things they think are fine, especially like DMT is a natural thing in our brain, like I was just saying. Ayahuasca is a mixture of this in the jungle, a vine, so it's like a plant, and marijuana it's a plant, it just grows in the dirt. And they're saying like this stuff, if anything, it can open up your consciousness. And there's been plenty of thought processes that is how and why we as humans possibly evolved. Like Terence McKenna talks about his stoned ape theory, in that the reason that apes were able to begin to evolve and grow their brains is because they stumbled across mushrooms and were eating mushrooms and essentially opening up their consciousness. It's an interesting theory, the whole thing, because, you know, the government, these drugs are illegal. We are not allowed to do them by punishment. And that's silly, because we're adults. You know, you should be able to make your own decision. If you want to make a decision to take mushrooms and, you know, open up your consciousness, great. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to shoot up heroin and fuck up your life, I don't have a problem with that either. You're an adult. You should be able to make your own decisions. Now, if any of those things infringe upon someone else, or, you know, cause you to do harm to someone else, then yeah, you should be punished 100%. But I don't necessarily think you should be punished for wanting to fuck up your own life. It's a very weird type of thing that we have going on, in the sense that we're just so policed, especially here in the United States, and I'm obviously countries around the world, to the point where, you know, Graham kind of talks about, or Duncan, or one of them, I don't know which one it was. I've been listening to so many episodes lately, but they talk about the potential problem with us as society, non-government people, doing, you know, psychedelics and stuff, is that there's a very real and good chance that psychedelics, you know, this is kind of why hippies do it and why hippies preach love and peace, is that it kind of opens you up to think, wait a minute, you know, we're being controlled. And what, you know, why are we allowing ourselves to be controlled? There's a very good chance that that would start a revolution, which a lot of people believe right now we're in the middle of an awakening as a society. And I really hope we are. I really do. I hope we can get past this point in our existence, because it's not working. There's a lot of things about it that are not working. I am no one to go into the subject. I am just a random guy talking random nonsense into a camera while I drive my car. But I just hope a lot of people can get on board with that thought, is that we need to kind of wake ourselves up, you know, to some of these things that are just, they shouldn't be. Things shouldn't be some of the ways that we have, you know, the ways they have kind of funneled into in this point in time. I don't want to get too deep into it, because I'll end up getting out in the weeds and I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll just talk nonsense. But I said in a previous video, really what it's going to take is kind of, we got to stop just picking sides and stop thinking you can't talk to or interact with somebody else based on they're not on the same team as you. You know, Republican, Democrat, religious, non-religious. None of that stuff should matter at the end of the day. We're all just people. At the very, very, very least, you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with someone who has differing core beliefs than you. That's all you should. We should all be able to do that with no problem. And I hope people can do that. I really do. Again, not where I was planning on going with this video. Like I said, this is going to be I know I started this channel, and if anybody watched some of the first videos I made, I was thinking I would do like a travel vlog kind of thing. It was going to be really boring though, and I filmed a few, and all I was doing is going through towns and talking about how much gas costs and stuff, because I don't really like to stop. I don't think I'm a good person to do that. I mean, if people want to see that, like because I drive a lot and I drive a long ways, so if anybody wants to know some of that stuff, you know, a couple of my earlier vlog videos are just on like how I stay comfortable while I drive. But god damn it, they were fucking boring. Like, I know they were. So I don't want this to be boring. I don't want to talk too terribly long in each video. I just want to, again, use this as kind of a video podcast. I can't be like Joe Rogan and have somebody sitting with me to talk to at all times. So as of right now, I'm talking to whoever it is that's listening. And I appreciate anyone and everyone who listens, because this is just me getting my thoughts off my chest. So thank you for your time. I hope at the very least, you know, someone could get something out of this. And thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.